What's up, DiaBEAST family? Welcome back to another edition of DiaBEAST Kitchen. Today we are doing an oldie but goodie. It is a tomato soup. Yes, these are cold days and it's cold and flu season. So what better way to make a warm, nice soup that is super flavorful? So first I'm going to start off with one whole onion. Now we don't have to slice and dice this onion. We are just going to cut it into fourths. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love basil. I think putting basil into this tomato soup is just going to give it that extra oomph this recipe needs. I like the flavor that basil provides. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll this up, and then I'm just going to make slices, like these ribbon slices. Now that we have the basil nicely cut up into ribbons, we're just going to spread it apart, make sure everything is nice and airy, and we're going to push that off to the side. And then we're going to add our cloves of garlic. With this recipe, I just grabbed a bunch of small pieces of garlic. If you're using with bigger cloves, just do 3 cloves of garlic would be fine. 3 to 4 would be fine. And then I'm going to add it to my parchment paper. Now I'm going to break up my yellow onion and I'm just going to spread it all across this parchment paper. So basically what we're doing is we're just putting all the ingredients that this soup is going to entail onto the parchment paper. And then I'm going to add some oregano. So we have oregano, we have our basil, we have our onions, we have our garlic. So as you can tell, this soup is about to be really flavorful. Now with this next step, you don't necessarily have to cut the cherry tomatoes in half. I like to do it, but you can put these on whole because this is all going to go into the oven and later on into the blender. Now I just want to take a moment, and I just want us all to take a moment and just look at the beautiful colors that are in this recipe. These are the colors that are going to be going into our bodies. This is what we need to be doing on a daily basis. It is 22 and Happy New Year, by the way. But these are the colors that we need to be putting into our bodies, ladies and gentlemen. So now what we're going to do is we are going to drizzle some olive oil over. Now we're going to add some pepper, some black pepper. We're going to add some Himalayan sea salt on top. One thing I like about this soup, it doesn't take long to prepare, even if you're doing it from scratch like I'm doing. It's very easy to make and it is super flavorful, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we have the salt, the Himalayan salt, the pepper, and the olive oil all on the vegetables, we're just going to mix everything around, make sure everything is nicely infused, just like that. And don't be afraid to take your time while doing this. Now that we have everything nicely infused, we are going to put this in the oven on 350 for 20 minutes. While that is in the oven, we are going to make our grilled cheese. This is just a grilled cheese on ciabatta bread. It's going to have vegan cheese and ciabatta bread. So it's nothing special. I think everyone knows how to make a standard grilled cheese. This is just mainly for the pictures. So we're going to add 2 slices of vegan cheese. And then we're going to add our half a stick of butter. Yes, I use a lot of butter with my grilled cheese sandwiches. Now I kind of found a trick on how to make my cheese melt a lot faster. I just put a top on. So yes, put a top on if you're making a vegan grilled cheese sandwich. So now that I have everything out of the oven, I'm going to put everything into the blender. And ladies and gentlemen, this is smelling so good. Like, I could eat it just like this right now, but I just want to put this in the blender, make it nice, smooth, and creamy. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you were here right now, it just smells so amazing. Now our next step is we're going to add 2 cups of vegetable stock. And that's pretty much it. And once we add the vegetable stock, we are going to take it and we're going to blend everything up. Make sure everything is nice, smooth, broken up. And really, literally, you can pour it into the bowl, ladies and gentlemen, from here, and you have soup ready. Now, I don't know about you, but I like homemade soup. It tastes so much better than the regular canned soup. You couldn't get me to eat canned tomato soup. Once I found out how to make tomato soup from scratch, it was a wrap for me. And now I'm just sharing this wonderful recipe with you guys. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite part. This is the plating part. You just witnessed me putting some of that basil in. I'm adding some coconut milk to give it that extra creaminess. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are all done. Now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for taking the time and watching my videos. You could be anywhere on YouTube, but you decided to be here with me. And for that, I appreciate each and every one of you. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, this recipe is super good and super easy to make. I'm telling you, this recipe only takes a few ingredients and it doesn't take you long at all to make it. And did I mention that this recipe tastes amazing? You feel me? And it's time for the taste test, and y'all already know what time it is. You know how I gets down. My first initial bite, those flavors hitting my taste buds. I was super excited. Mixing that with the grilled cheese, I'm super excited. Now that we are towards the end of the video, I just want to end it on this note. If you eat good, you live good, and you feel good. And don't forget to tune in, tell a friend, and subscribe. Holla at your boy. Peace.